Hello everyone and welcome back to the Everybody's Gone to the Rapture playthrough. This is the final part where we're going to learn about Kate and finally learn what this mother is.
Let's do it.
And we're back at the observatory. Whoop. It's pretty.
I like the observatory.
The tour. There's nothing to say really, it's just like great. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Judo. There's a number of observatories, probably should have mentioned that. It's not just the one. They're all different towers.
Well, it's still just one observatory, it's got many parts to it.
Right, did you not hear what I just said? I basically confirmed you wrong. I'm getting sick of you fucking trying to undermine me. This is my playthrough! There's shit every... Oh my god, Stephen's been busy. Unless the light did this.
They ran out of paper.
What?
I started using the road.
That's the... What? I mean this, look, what? I wasn't wanting you. Oh, actually, do you know what this is a reference to? It's the famous TV tree. It grows TVs.
Wow, this is how where TVs come from.
It's just nice. Apparently they went extinct, so it's just nice to see them.
Gee.
Let me in. That's a kite. Illuminati confirmed. Get woke, bruv. Have you heard all that get woke and stuff like that?
I think so.
It's like all the right-wing bullshit on the internet. It's like red pilling, which is really ironic to me. Oh, something like the Aurora Borealis in Shropshire. Man, this is getting weird. Tower 6, this is where Kate was.
See what happens.
Oh, well, I genuinely thought I got stuck in the door then.
Okay.
This is it, by the way. The end of the game.
Oh,
That was it.
The end is coming now.
So, George, final thoughts on Everybody's Gone to the Rapture?
We have each other.
okay. I wasn't prepared for this.
No, I thought it was a bit longer, to be honest. I forgot that. I knew this was the final scene. I thought they'd do it more before it.
To belong.
Do you want me to go first? No,
Yeah.
actually, I think you should because you
That's alright.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter anymore.
Just thinking for a second.
So I'll give this cutscene. I'll give you a second if you want.
And we will
I
join.
don't know. It's a bit of a strange game. Like we said right at the start, this isn't our usual game.
Mm.
I wouldn't really go and play something like this, to be fair. I wouldn't play it by myself still. I don't know.
But in between,
It definitely doesn't have a replay value, I don't think, now.
No, absolutely. Unless you want to find the extra bits of story, but again, they're
I
kind
don't
of
think it adds enough.
yeah, they're
really.
kind of inconsequential. What do you think it all means? What do you think's happened? Do you think? I know we talked about the idea of religion earlier, but I'm not going to get into that again. But do you think this is ultimately depressing, or do you think it kind of is a positive thing?
this pattern.
Do you think this is? I said it's kind of a depressing game in the sense that the people die,
Well, yeah.
but the pattern did this to bring everyone together because they were all fighting. It's still quite a negative thing because he basically killed people to do it. It killed people.
Yeah, it's quite a lot to do. It is a good game. It's quite interesting what it does. It looks great when it works. Sounds good. I don't know. I quite like the whole story thing. It's interesting. It's different to do.
It's engaging.
Yeah, I like what they've kind of gone for. Going finding out all these bits, and there's no order to it. You can do it how you want. Find out what you want. But I don't know. at the end of the day, it still doesn't really feel like a lot happens.
That's pretty much what I feel. I feel they could have, in terms of a game, added some different things in it. Maybe a few puzzles, made by students, by the way. It could have added. The story could have been its own reward. I mean, like, you do kind of get it by exploring, but let's be honest. When we were going through this, a lot of it was luck. I happened to find some of the story bits in it. None of them are mandatory. I wish that. I think it's the best length in terms of story.
Yeah, it couldn't be any longer.
But I wish they had maybe done a bit more with the time they had. Like, they left it vague intentionally because they want you to come to your own conclusion about what the light is or what the pattern is. And whether or not it's good or evil doesn't really matter to the story. You get the human perspective, but I feel that just as someone who enjoy story in video game is basically half of the experience for me. A lot of people don't care about story. For me, story is very, very important, and the story they presented was just engaging enough. They could have done a little bit more though. Maybe not going in darker directions, but maybe, I mean, like Charlie and Meg. Who the fuck were they?
Yeah, there's quite a few things like were left out. Maybe there were things we didn't see, but I don't know.
I mean, ultimately, at the end of the day, I think this was a good idea to do this on this channel. Something a bit out there, a bit of an indie channel, a bit of an indie one.
Brings a different kind of perspective to, you know, games and us in a way. It gives us a chance to do things differently. But
it lets the wackier stuff stand out too.
Yeah. I couldn't imagine playing this by myself, really.
I'm glad I didn't. I mean, like, my first actual time playing it by myself, I wouldn't want to. I'm glad we're playing it with you.
Yeah.
Because
it'd be very hard to kind of stick with, I think, otherwise.
Very boring.
No one to talk to about it. This is the best form, I think, to do it in a kind of commentary way.
Yeah.
Or, you know, if you've got a friend to kind of talk about while you're doing it, play it like that.
Okay, I've got a question. Do you think it's worth the £15 that I spent to get it? I didn't spend £15, but it is because I used a gift card. But
Has it always been £15?
Yeah.
How long was it in total? It's about
6 hours, maybe that.
If you're into this sort of stuff, probably. If you're kind of doing it on a whim and you don't usually play games like this, then it's probably a bit more difficult.
I would say it's not worth £15 because that's about $19
for a game that doesn't have any replay value. For that price, you can buy Rocket League.
Yeah, that too. That too. I didn't think of that. You could buy something on sale like maybe BioShock, which I get more out of personally. I think it tells a better story.
But you know, some people have a real hard on these games.
Which I understand, but
still, you can't play it again.
I would put that up there as one of the better examples of it. However, I don't think walking simulators or interactive dramas are. They need better auteurs to pull this off. You need someone who's good at telling stories. The problem is they're approaching it as a story first, whereas they should do it. The story should revolve around the gameplay, which is why something like Mirror's Edge works so well.
Yeah, I used to really enjoy playing stuff like that.
That's an example of a game where that's what I'm saying, that the narrative is a good narrative, but it goes with the gameplay. Portal is another good example of that. Portal was designed with the gameplay first. Well, at least that's what I think. That's what I get. Yeah. Last of Us, gameplay first, story second.
There's no interaction really in this game. Yeah, you can kind of go and open things up, but you can't touch anything. You can't do anything.
It's very much.
I think it's because you can't see any hands or anything like that. We're so used to that in games.
That too. I wish. I mean, I don't know. It kind of makes me feel empty, but I feel that if I say that was kind of the point.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that ending there is just like, oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure
it needed something bigger.
I'm pretty sure there's nothing else you can find in Kate's chapter as well.
I think it might have been better if it just ended on the end of Stephen's chapter.
That is good.
I think that would have been a lot bigger of a finish.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't think the ending we just had gave us anything really.
It didn't tell me anything about Kate, to be honest. I kind of
maybe just added something to the end of Stephen's chapter.
By the way, if you didn't notice when that thing I said about her appearing to Stephen, the light showed Kate Stephen before she went.
Yeah.
So he did actually see Kate. It was the light bringing those two together before he
Yeah.
died. So it was kind of merciful in a way.
I think that kind of shows that they do kind of love each other basically when they're supposed to be together.
Exactly. I don't really have anything else to say. I mean, if this was on a sale, I'd recommend it. It's a good afternoon. It's got
If
an
you can
intro.
get it for like a $5 or something.
In terms of graphics, it's really
Can
solid.
you only get it on the store?
Yeah,
Or
you
is
can-
there a
yeah.
disc version or
No, it's just a download version.
yeah, I think you'd never be able to get a pre-owned version or a code cheaper or something.
You can get a code for cheap on Amazon if you have a card.
I suppose so, yeah.
I'd recommend doing that and playing with a friend.
Yeah, don't play it by yourself, and if you haven't got any friends, don't bother. You'll be depressed enough as it is.
We don't want to be responsible for any deaths. And that's it for Everybody's Gone to the Rapture. We hope you enjoyed this little excursion away from goofy shit.
Normal services will now resume.
Normal services will now resume. Do we want to say what's next? Because
Yeah, are we actually going to put it after this? Are we going to do it next? Yeah.
Do you want to do that? Do you think that should go after this? Because I think it should.
It'd be a perfect place to kind of perk things back up again.
Okay, the next playthrough, because in terms of editing, we have got more of an order now, and will be LA Noire, and that is going to be a lot of fun. We're going to be playing the
We've been
complete
looking
edition.
forward to this one for a while.
We're
We're ready to do it now.
We probably should discuss this off recording, but are we going to take turns on the cases? Or what? I think we should.
We'll give it a go and see how it goes. We might have to have a practice kind of thing, because I haven't played it for a long time.
Oh, actually, I've got an idea.
We can do it separately, but we'll help each other out.
You do the tutorial. And I know what I'm doing. Yeah, we'll see you next time. I hope you enjoyed this. And if you've got any questions or ideas about any theories, please leave them in the comments. I do actually want to read
send
them.
us a message if not, if you want to ask us things more privately.
Maybe not, but don't fucking encourage that. We'll see you next time.